I like to say that Hal Leonard is about learning, creating and making music. I like to say we make music all day because actually we do just that. The company was founded in 1947 in Winona in the US by two brothers, Harold Hal Edstrom and Everett Leonard Edstrom, which is where the name Hal Leonard comes from, and their friend, a guy called Roger Busticker. Ever and Roger were high school band directors, and Ed started a music shop. They started creating band and choral arrangements for their own students, and soon found that across the US many other band directors wanted to use their arrangements. So they took themselves off to Tin Pan Alley in New York, met up with some of the major publishers of the day who were publishing the hits of the day, the pop hits of the day, and they got licenses for them. And that meant that they went back to Winona and started creating and publishing commercial arrangements that they started to sell across Europe. And from that, Hal Leonard has grown and become the world's largest music educational publisher with some of the leading method books in the world, including things like the Hal Leonard guitar method, which is like a legendary method translated into multiple languages all around the world. And we now have publications which are virtually available for every instrument imaginable. We're the leading publisher of songbooks, band ensemble, orchestral arrangements for schools. We have an extensive digital offering with multiple websites for downloading and learning, including one that's called sheetmusicdirect.com and guitarinstructor.com. Our catalogue is well in excess of over 1 million song titles, representing some of the best publishers, artists, songwriters and instrumental suppliers, because we also distribute instruments, musical gear, music software such as the notation program Sibelius, which is well known. We release between 4,000 and 5,000 new publications every year. For us, music making is our passion. It sounds cliche to say that, but it genuinely is. It's really at the heart and soul of almost all we do. We believe that everyone, whatever their background, whatever their circumstances, should have the opportunity to learn, play, and create and make music. Youth music provides massive support to communities and projects where more than ever making music is just so important and makes such a meaningful impact on young people's lives. In fact, changing lives, offering new directions, creating opportunities, new identities, and unique experiences. We're very proud to support the awards and to share in celebrating such incredible musical achievement, musical development, as well as being inspired by those young people that have overcome such significant life challenges through being able to make and create music, and youth music projects that enable them to do that. With the current state of music education in schools and the challenges facing young people in society today, we've probably never needed more the kind of support that youth music can provide in this way. Wow, how do I answer that? So much music has influenced me over the years. I started learning the flute and piano when I was 7 years old, and took a particularly classical music learning route. And by the age of 17, I was working on Saturdays in W.H. Smith's record department, which was like a dream come true for a music student, listening and selling music pretty much all day. Okay, I was pretty much knocked out at the age of 15 when I watched a TV program that broadcast a performance of Elgar's cello concerto performed by Jacqueline Dupre. This, to me, with the London Symphony Orchestra, she became from that moment my favourite performing musician of all time. Inspiring, happy, full of life. Sadly, she passed away in, I think, 1987. But the music and the musician were truly one in this performance. And I just found that incredibly meaningful, and still do. It's an absolute tragedy, to be honest, I think. Appalled, saddened, frustrated, and sometimes angry, actually. Music is a universal language. Why on earth would you not embrace that and make sure that every young person was able to participate in that language and all the great things that comes along with it? Music impacts academically, emotionally, socially, physically, spiritually. Making music is a skill. It's knowledge and it's creativity. This year alone, there have been many reports about how music education in our schools in the UK is in a critical condition, a crisis level. We simply have to stop this decline. Music contributes to more than £4.5 billion to the British economy. It's incredible that there isn't a much more formal, structured approach to ensuring that this decline is not continuing. Having said that, there are, in the teaching that does go on in schools, some excellent music making happening. I'm constantly blown away by some of the amazing work that music teachers do and performances that their students give, especially when you consider the time and resource restrictions that they have. But it's getting less and less. It's not the same for everyone. We deserve to have a minister for school music education. It's that important, I believe, to our culture, to the creative economy, and to the lives of young people. In the meantime, we'll continue to participate as Hal Leonard in membership of music industry organisations and music education organisations, and to support and lobby initiatives to keep and save music, keep music alive in our schools. I play the piano pretty much every day, whether it's 5 minutes or maybe a couple of hours where I get lost and distracted. I think making music provides a whole other dimension, a completely different connection. It's like breathing in and breathing out. It allows self-expression and emotional release, inspiration, joy. And I think it was Plato who said, it gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and charm and gaiety to life and everything. I think that sums it up for me. This means continuing to invest in expanding access to learning, creating, and making music through our publications, and also through the great music that continues to come out from all of the great songwriters, composers, educational writers that we are lucky to be able to publish. Reaching more people is essential, and how we do that is changing. I think that respecting music in terms of its tradition and authenticity is very important, but it's also essential to be innovative in terms of how and what we create, but also in how we communicate and reach our customers.